We're putting a bulletproof kit on.
Oh, okay.
So that is billet fuel rail. This thing has 6 injectors in it. So we get rid of the plastic fuel rail, put a billet fuel rail in. We're putting the clamp kit on. So that's gonna, you know, keep it from blowing up. And then just to make it easier to work on, we have to remove a lot of the plastic beauty covers, and we put what they have made for holding these hoses and keeping those tidy so they're not flopping all around while you're racing. So.
Oh, I see this. This is the fuel rail, eh?
Yeah, there's the fuel rail. She's pretty.
Yeah, that's nice.
The nice thing about this fuel rail is it's got a cap on the end here so that if you want to do a return type system where you want to run a line back to the fuel tank for running real high pressure for extra fast cars, you can do that. For the last 2-3 years, we've been running the spec class for Nitrocross. For the last 2 years, we've had Maverick X3s, and they've been great cars. We take all the cars to the track. It's an arrive and drive program. So the drivers just show up to the track with their safety gear, and they get to hop in a car, race it on a really big stage. They don't have to worry about mechanics, transportation, spare parts. They just need a place to sleep, eat, and race. Since Can-Am came out with the Maverick R last August, we decided that this would be the new platform that we're gonna race in Nitrocross. So we're building 12 brand new Maverick Rs. We may go to 16, I don't know. Depends on if demand's high enough. It's a lot of work.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, this is our test subject, so that's
Looks a little rough.
my buddy who races these for Can-Am, Kyle. He had one sitting in his garage like this, and he called it Captain Dan because it was missing its legs. So we're putting some Evo goodies on the Nitrocross Maverick Rs. Evo, everybody knows, great company, all the best parts. They only put out really good stuff, and we're really thankful to have them on as a partner. So first thing I'm going to show you is the plenum clamp assembly. You guys remember from the X3s, they had a little issue with the intake manifolds blowing apart when you would get the boost levels up high. This keeps that from happening. So let's open this thing up and see what we got here. This is gonna be the rear clamp. So much smaller than previous clamp from the X3. This is gonna be the front clamp assembly. Then we've got the big boy, the mid, like that. So those three do it all. These are super important because if you're doing any kind of modifications to improve the horsepower on your Maverick R, you want to get one of these. You don't want to be out on the trail, grab a foot full of throttle, and then you hear a boom. Good chances your intake manifold may blow up, but with this, it's insurance. You don't have to worry about it. Next, the billet fuel rail. This is a nice piece. So the Maverick R, in case you don't know, 6 holes for 6 injectors. So this is a pass-through. For those of you that are doing big horsepower upgrades, you may need a fuel system that has a return going to the fuel tank. With this fuel rail, you can do that. These hold your injectors in. This is your end plug here. All billet aluminum, O-ring. Super easy. Bolt her in, you're done. The last thing, because you don't want to cover all this good stuff up, you get rid of the stock plastic shrouds and cable guides, or hose guides, I should say. That's where these come in. You want to get these so that you can keep your hoses nice and tidy up on top. They're not flopping around, getting tangled up with other things, and it's just a really nice clean install. So this is, all of the 3 of these items is the bulletproof kit from Evo Power Sports. So we need to figure out what tools you need. You're gonna need an 8 mil.
Do you take these off? Do you work on these
I
things?
don't even know what they're doing right now.
We take the parts out. That way they don't get broken.
Yeah, true.
This is an expensive piece.
I'll bet. This right here. Ready, go.
Dude.
1 minute, 21 seconds.
62 minutes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You took them lights out, speed run, 1 minute, 51 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
You're
1
getting
minute,
better.
21 seconds.
I'm sorry, 1 minute, 21 seconds.
Oh man. He's trying to steal 30 seconds from you. Jeez, can't get no credit for. There's a big difference between a minute 21 and a minute 51.
That is a big difference.
Big difference.
You dropped something, bud. You just throw them in there, huh?
California emissions.
We don't need them out here,
It's
do we?
junk.
On the R's, they all have this really unique, as opposed to like the Maverick 3, they have this like really unique upper arm thing. Why? What does it do differently than the other ones? Because that's like, I feel like that's pretty special.
Yeah, it is pretty special. It's designed to reduce the load on the upright and the ball joint. First of all, the arm wouldn't mount up nearly as high. It would mount down lower.
Oh,
And it would kind of come out here, and the ball joint would be somewhere in this range. So lower ball joint's here, upper ball joint traditionally is here. By doing this, it decreases the force on the ball joint itself. These are very beefy. I mean, this is bigger than anything that came on a stock X3. Everything was beefed up, developed for durability, and kind of something new for the UTV world. It's really not even that widely used in the automotive world, but so far it's been working really good.
if you had to choose one, a Maverick 3 or a Mav R?
X3,
Yeah, X3.
yeah. A Type R or a 3. Yeah.
Which one would you pick?
Depends on what you're doing.
Okay.
It's like saying, would you pick a Ferrari or a semi-truck? Well, if you're hauling 80,000 pounds, you want a semi-truck. If you want to go fast, you want a Ferrari. This is the latest and greatest. The suspension is unlike anything else the UTV industry has seen. And the good news is BRP is already working on the next generation of this.
Oh, you got some inside information?
No.
Oh, okay.
And same if we mount this on the bottom of this for a really, really low mount, it's not gonna go forward. But if you need it that low, then you need a taller driver, so the seat's gonna be back. I think most people are gonna wanna be about, that means that the person's short, so they're gonna be wanting to be up higher as well. Probably here, 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 and then here, here, here.
How many holes is it?
120 holes.
Well, how many of these upgrades do you like conceptualize and then you have to times that by 12 for
Yeah.
each car? You know what I mean? I'm sure that takes a while.
How, it does, because yeah, it's not like building one car. And to be fair, these aren't full-blown pro mod, you know, like what we would race in a professional level, but they're still, like, our priority is safety.
Yeah, yeah.
That's number one. And then performance is a close second to that. And then, but we have to keep in mind ease of repair. Just because of the format of Nitro Cross, they're out on the track, and 45 minutes later, they go back out on the track.
Oh.
So if these vehicles aren't easy to fix, then it's not likely that someone is going to get back on the track if they have a problem. We got to make some seat mounts. I need to know where the center of the tube is. So put some sandpaper on there, like this, and you can just kind of lightly do something like that, and it scratches the paint off. We're going to make a template for these holes.
Is it a flute or what?
Yeah.
Oh, now I get it.
We got that line that we scratched in. That hole is to the back. Slide it in. Line up the line with the line on our tube. That way it can't move. Then, safety first. One hole down, 5 holes per rail, 2 rails per car, 12 cars, it's 24 rails, times 5 is how many holes, Chase?
I lost count.
I think 120. 119 more to go. That was a lot of holes. There's that. Now let's see if our holes line up. The moment of truth. What's it look like?
Looks pretty good for me.
Looks pretty good. Here, how about we do this? How's that look? Look pretty good.
Like you can bolt that
Now
on.
we can move it forward and backwards and have multiple holes to hit. Dang. It's always nice having multiple holes. I'm gonna do this other rail, then I'm gonna test fit the seat. And I think that'll be enough work for today. And then tomorrow we'll pick it up again. Keep working on these things. We got 50 days till the first race and we'll get her done.